Why is it not loading? Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Let's see. There it is. Pin. Live chat. There we go. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, I know my hot mess this morning, but it's what it is. Good morning, everyone. I hope you're all doing good. Well, what a day I had yesterday. I must have some really vibe when I go to the hospitals. Chatted up again at the hospital. I'll wait till some people are in and tell you it was. Do you know what? I didn't surprise. I don't know why. I've just got the face people just want to come over and talk to me. And I suppose that's good. Do you know what I mean? But no weird guys. No weird guys coming down and talking to me. Hello, baby. Good morning, Ashley. Good morning. Good morning. So listen, I was worried when I went to. So as you know, I had to go to the hospital to see the lung clinic. Mind I'd done that test a week after I was out of hospital. You had to blow down the tube as far as you could, and I'd done my best. Well, I was like, everything's going to be fine. I'm going to go in here and everything's going to be absolutely fine. So I goes in and she says, right, Linda, let me check your oxygen level. See, as soon as she put the thing in my finger, she went, Linda, can you take some deep breaths? I was like, oh no. So I took dead deep breaths like that, and it only went up to 93. And I was like, oh my God. And I'm sending Sophie a message going, my oxygen's only at 93. And she says, if you need me to bring anything up, I will. I went, I'm not staying in. No. So anyway, that was me worried sick in the bloody waiting room. Anyway, I goes in and the doctor had to look at my results. And he says, I was astounding. He says, it's actually astounding the way that you recover so quickly. Because remember, in January, they'd said to the girls and Peter that it could take me up to a couple of years mentally and physically after being on a ventilator for 10 days. He says it's quite astounding. So I was like, look at me being astounding. So, but he never mentioned the 93 oxygen. But he did say I need my flu jab and I need the COVID jab, right? But I went online and they're saying you're not getting it. So to phone his secretary there, he said, listen, you're going to need to talk to the NHS because I'm high risk. I need it because that's what happened to me last year. I never got my vaccines and I ended up with the flu and almost dying. So I done that this morning. But I'll show you what else I'm doing this morning. To take my mind off everything that's going on, right? I thought, you know what, I'm going to bust out the cross stitching. So I'm doing this. But I'm doing it for Sophie. I hope she's not seeing it, right? I'm doing it for Sophie. It's a wee cat, wee autumn cat, right? So I'm doing that for, this is where I am so far. This is where I am so far. So the thread that I'm using, oh God, where's the needle went to? Oh Jesus, there's a needle. This is cross stitching needles only sharp at the end because see if they were sharp they would get the fabric. It's definitely no there, isn't it? I'll go on to find it. I will find it. It'll be about my wee scissors. Do you like my scissors? So I'm doing that for Sophie, a wee autumn cat. Yeah, because my dad last night, I was crying. Listen, I've cried every day for the past fortnight, but my dad got a wee phone call for the hospital saying my mum's refusing food, refusing water, refusing medication, all this. And the nurse, see, sometimes nurses, I mean, I praise them for the work they do, but sometimes they can say things that the wrong way. And she said to my dad, see, at the end of life, people do that. And that was my dad really upset last night. So I was like, Dad, I said, she's just said that. She's no meant that my mum's passing right now or anything. So my dad was all worried. But right, let me get to the good. And good morning to you. Good morning. Wait, I tell you what happened to me. Right, I don't know what it is. I get some kind of a vibe when I'm at the hospital. People just, especially men, want to come and talk to me when I'm at the hospital. So I goes outside and everybody's like, people are all waiting and there's ambulances and folk are sitting in wheelchairs having cigarettes and all that. And there's a wee wall, so I sat on the wall and I had messaged Sophie and said, "That's me finished. Do you want to come and get me?" Right. So out the hospital doors, I could see this man lurking, right, lurking about, like with a look on his face like me, and I just knew. I was like, "Oh no, oh no!" So I put my head down and I'm on my phone like that, pretending that I'm texting somebody. I was playing a game, and he came out and he said something to me, and I went, "Sorry," like that, and he went, "You look bored," right? And I went, "As you do," an awkward laugh. I done that to him, right, and I was like, "Oh no, where is it you comfy?" And I was like, "Oh no, here we go, there we are, it's happening again." So I kind of told her, "Oh yeah, I'll come for," I told him my town and stuff like that. "Oh yeah, I'm for here, I'm for this neck of the woods." And I'm like trying not to make eye contact with him because and I'm pretending I'm on my phone. And I get on my phone and I'm typing to Sophie, "Oh no, Sophie, I've made a friend." She makes friends as well. "I've made a friend like that." So he stands about a foot away from me, lights up a cigarette and just stares right at me. He's just staring at me, standing staring at me. And I'm like, "Oh my God, this is awkward as hell." I'm texting Sophie and I'm like, "I'm going to need to move. I'm sitting in this wee wall I'm quite happy, but I'm going to need to move." So at that, I just got up and walked away. "Carol, good morning, good morning." Just walked away like that. He had an Asda bag where I don't know what he had in his Asda bag, but then he looked back into the hospital. So I'm thinking he was a patient or something like that. Thinking he was a patient, but no, there was lots of people outside. They could have sparked up a conversation with, but I got it again. Nearly another hookup. Sarah, good morning, good morning. I hope you're all doing good. Thank you for coming in and spending time with me this morning. So that was that. I nearly had another boyfriend yesterday. An absolute stunner as well. I was like, "Oh no. Oh God." But the good thing is, the doctor said I was astounded. It was quite astounding the way I recovered from all of the stuff in January. And I was like, "Look at me being this." I was so proud of myself. But he did say that, see the lung stuff that I'm on, he says I'm on the max dose of everything, right? I'm maxed out on everything, all the lung stuff that they can give you. I'm on it. And I'm on it maxed. He says, "And if you take another turn," he says, "but," and I'm like, he says, "which I hope you don't," he says, "then we would be looking at maybe giving you steroid injections." And I was like, "Oh, no, 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 just no steroids, no steroid injections." And I don't know for that be for the rest of my life getting these bloody injections. So listen, I'm just off the phone to the man's secretary to say, "I need a flu jab. I need a vaccine for the COVID as well. I need to get it. I need to get my vaccinations because we don't want to end up in the same situation as January." So that was my day yesterday. That's why look, the zombified look, the man. You know, it was like he had the zombified like the lot just kind of floating towards me like that, and I was like, you just know, and I was like, "Oh, here we go again. What is it with me in the hospitals and strange dudes? You look bored." "I'm not bored anymore that you've came and spoke to me, big boy." You know that? I think that's what he was wanting me to say. "I'm not bored anymore. I'm on sitting the wall next to me. What are you in for?" Remember the guy in the swimming that told, "Listen, this is I've got this power." Carol. Ain't Angel, good morning, good morning. Listen, see if you don't know the story about the guy up the swimming, I'll tell you. It was like the public swimming baths, right? That I thought, I'm going to go to the swimming baths. That's what I'm going to do every morning, get up there. And it was like 8 o'clock in the morning, and I goes up to the swimming baths. I didn't like it because it's a communal changing area. They've got wee cubicles, right? But still, I don't know. I just want to be in like with women and men with men. That's the way I want it, right? Anyway, it's a communal changing area, and I'm like, oh, I don't really like that. But I goes in, but they've got the ropes all up the pool, you know, so it's like single lane, so you can only like go up, turn, down, turn, up, turn. So I'm looking, and there's like 4 people in that lane, 3 in that lane, and this one here, there was only 1 in the lane, and I thought, I'll go into that one. Swims up, turns. As I'm swimming down, there's a guy, right, and he's standing at the bottom, and he's got these floaty weights, and he's bashing it in the water like that. Oh. And looking at me, and I was like, oh no. I had a feeling again. I was like, oh no, it's going to spark up a conversation, but I'm just going to keep swim. Nice meeting you, and swim back up, right? So as I'm swimming down, he's looking at me, and I'm like, oh God. So I'm swimming. I get quite close to him, and he says to me, see this scar on my head there? And I was like, oh. I said, aye. He says, brain surgery. I said, oh. So that was it. I was like, all right. I says, here, it's good that you're up and you're swimming and stuff like that. And I'm trying to swim, and he keeps talking to me, and he went, do you know what I like to do on a Tuesday afternoon? And I was like, oh, no. I said, what do you like? He says, I like to go to Greg's the Bakeries. He says, and I like to get a sausage roll and a cream donut and a cup of coffee, and I go down the canal and I sit and I have it. And I was like, that sounds nice. That's sounds a nice day out there. So I've turned at this point. I'm just ready to go back up the pool. And he said, what time did you get here this morning? I was like, oh, it was about 8 o'clock. He says, are you coming up tomorrow? I said, aye, maybe when right, I'll meet you here then at 8 o'clock tomorrow. And I was swimming up Lanarkshire. I've got a date. I've got a date with a nutter that wants to take me and unalive me down the canal and throw me in the water. That's what's going to happen. I'm going to be. Where did Mum go? She's in the bottom of the canal. That's where she is. So that was a. I never went back up that swimming. That's when I got a membership for the hotel that's got the pool. But I've not got the time or the money anymore to be doing that. But that was an absolute. See, when he says, do you know what I do on a Tuesday afternoon? I was like, oh, I'm thinking probably the hub, you know what I mean? The hub and some lube probably involved in some tissues or an old sock. That's what I was thinking. Oh no. No, and right, that's it. I'll meet you here at 8 tomorrow. I was like, oh. And then I got out I see when I got out of the water, he was watching me, and I was like, oh no, like that. And I goes into the changing area, and I'm thinking, oh my God, I usually lotion up. See, when I'm swimming, I have a shower, and then I put my lotion and all that on. You know what I mean? When I'm putting I thought there's no time for lotion or anything like that. I just jumped into my clothes, soaking wet, hair dripping. To get out of the place. I thought, oh my God, that's how it's going to be chap at the cubicle door, and it'll be him standing there. This is what the kind of things that happen. Aye, a wee sausage roll and all that, followed by someone alive. He was flexed. He was like, see that there? And I was like, oh, aye. Brain surgery. I was like, oh, I mean, but I went, oh, that's good that you're up here and you're getting into the swimming and that then, eh? Frank, good morning. Do you know what? I should have put my leg out the water and went, see this scar? A metal rod. No, because I didn't want to have any more conversation. I just kept going, oh, aye. Like that. code word was a sausage roll. I'll have a wee sausage. Want to come down and have a sausage roll with me down the canal? No, not really. That's what I do on a Tuesday afternoon. I'm like, that's it. See, I'd never go down the canal on a Tuesday afternoon, ever. Never go down the canal. I took used down the canal, remember? I've been lost internet though, but I did take used down the canal one time. But the darker nights are coming in, and me and Sophie were talking yesterday about we're taking yous UFO hunting, and we're taking yous to the most UFO place in the whole of the UK, and it's just up the road for me. I don't know why the aliens love it up there. They love up the road. So that's where we're going. We're going to be going up there. And we're going. Sophie said to me, "Can you imagine the police stopping us, right?" And I've got the telescope, the binoculars, and night vision goggles. Sophie says you better not bring rope or anything like that. You know, a kit. That duct tape and plastic bag in the boot. That's for me collecting rubbish on the way to look for aliens. I know. Do you know? Every time I pass this one, I'm thinking, "Oh my God, I bet she's in there again with his weights like that, smashing them in the water, like that." He was like that, looked at me as if, "Look how strong I am with these weights. Get me bat on this water." But you know, you get, oh my God. I had the same feeling yesterday when this guy kind of floated out the doors with his Asda bag with, I don't know what he had in it. Straight out of me. I'm like a magnet. Straight out. You look bored. Well, but I mean, it's not as if you're thrilled to be at the hospital, is it? It's not as if people are out there like, "This is a great day out." Of course I look bored. I've just been in I got my blood taken. There'll be something wrong with the blood. Guarantee it. I'm telling you now. They've took blood from me. What is the bet? I could put money on it. There's something no right. There's some level off. There'll be something off every single time they take blood from me. So this is not very good. Oh, you'll need a tablet for this. I've lost count of the bloody tablets now. I don't know what I'm taking anymore. I've got that much. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's just me in a swimsuit, Efron. Maybe, Liesl, good morning, good morning. Maybe it was just me in my swimsuit, giving off some kind of mermaid vibe like that. All wet and stuff like that, look flicking my hair while I'm swimming. Maybe that's what it was. But that was that. I thought, there's no way I'm ever going up that swimming again. That guy's up there. And I'm thinking the next day, he's up there like at times. Like, no, I've got a date here, hi. That lassie with the pink hair. She's going to meet me here at 8 o'clock. And, I've got the fear, and I can remember his face, that I'm up the shops or something and I see him. "What happened to you? I was waiting. Right, I'll see you here in Asda tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock. And a date was made, and I hadn't even consented to the date. It was just like, "Right, I'll meet you here then, 8 o'clock. Not even do you want to meet? That's it. You're coming here tomorrow, swimming with me. You can have one floaty weight and I'll have the other, and we'll just bash the water like a little Aye, so that was it. So anyway, the doctor seemed happy. He said I was extraordinary because, as I said, they didn't expect me to recover as fast as what I did after how bad I was. There was a point where the girls get took into a wee room to say that my condition was really bad. I was really, really bad. Sophie said after that, right, she came out. I'm on the ventilator, right? She says my tongue's hanging out my head. I'm lying like that with my tongue hanging out, and she's holding my hand greeting like that. I said, "For God." And the ex-husband was there, and I was like, aye, me lying in a hospital bed, my tongue hanging out the side on the ventilator, the ex-husband's there. Do you know what I mean? God, put my tongue back in, for Christ's sake. No dignity whatsoever. Anyway, for that to what I am today, they're like, it's remarkable. He says though, looking at my charts, and it is true, I'm fine, and all of a sudden something will trigger my asthma, and I go for being fine to being seriously ill, like serious like breathing problems, and it can happen like that. It happens so quickly, and it can be stress, can do it, dust, stuff like that, trigger it. That's why I'm really trying to keep myself calm with my cross stitching with my mum's situation. I'm trying to keep myself calm because I do not want back in there, and I do not want to have bloody injections all the time with steroids. They're a nightmare. It's, I thought it. I mean, I could say no, but I'm not going to say no because the kids wouldn't be happy with me. But that's what I'm doing today. I'm just doing my wee cross stitching today. I'm going to do this for Sophie, a wee autumn cat for her. That's it so far. I'll take a picture once I've done, but this is what I'm doing. But I thought that thread would be nice. I'll show you. That's it there, the thread. See, it's got black and it's got grey and kind of all different colours. So that's the colour of the cat it's going to be, and then I'll do its wee legs and stuff. So that's what I'm at today. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm up to. My dad's away at the hospital, but I don't know what's going to happen. My mum, she's just refusing everything now. She's just refusing everything. And we know that we've not got much time, I don't think. And the thing is, my mum's. It's terrible when you get to the stage that I'm like, if it was me, I wouldn't want to be here, kind of thing. If you know what I'm saying, it feels cruel to have her. That I should hate to be the way she is, but I don't know if that's why she's refusing, or she just doesn't understand about eating anymore. It's horrible anyway. So my dad's away up to see her today. I talk to him all the time anyway. I make sure that he's all right. He's got. When I see him of food he's got in his fridge, he was flexing last night. I said, "What are you having for dinner?" He says, "Well, I'll show you my fridge." Packed, a freezer packed, and he's got another freezer full. I went, "Jesus, Dad!" I said, "You could bloody feed the street." You know, he's fine for food and all that. He's got my dad loves. Here, Ashley, you might know this. I don't like it. In America, they had chowder, clam chowder. It's like a milky soup with fish in it. My dad absolutely loves that kind of thing. Ashley, I can't run right, but listen, see if I seen an alien, I'd amazement. I would be off. The leg, I would be away. Either that, or I would, do you know? It's as I say, the fight and flight thing that I've got. Angela, good morning. That's how the person up in Inverary jail, I nearly hit them. I nearly done an assault, and it was unintentional. It just happened because you've got the fight or flight situation, right? But me with my bad leg, I've not really got much of a flight response, right? Because I can't run right. I mean, with the leg. And this person that was pretending they were a mannequin like that in the jail, all of a sudden moved like that, and I went, "Oh, don't do that to me, don't." I says, don't do that to me. And then we went to another cell, and I went, "Listen, if you're a human, let me know because I nearly hit the other person in the other room." Inverary jail, where they had a room that was a child. I think they were like 9 or 10 year old. Back in the olden days, they used to lock up children. Do you know they locked the kid up for stealing some bread, and they got put in the jail. Yeah, it's clam chowder. It's like a milky kind of soup stuff. It's just see, I do like fish, but I don't like it like too fishy, like really, really fishy. Like I don't know how to explain that, but I love like fish with batter on it, or the breadcrumbs on it, that kind of thing. But my dad loves like the big. He's got haddock fish cakes, and stuff like that. He loves the fish. Do you know what he also does? He has sometimes he has milk with haddock in it, and I can't remember the name of that. There's a Scottish name for that. Hold on, I find it. I've never had lobster. I would love to try lobster. Never had it. I've never had crab. Um, let's see this. There's a name for it. Colin skink. There you go. It's called Colin skink. Skink. It's a thick Scottish soup made of smoked haddock, potatoes, and onions. An authentic Colin skink will use finnan haddie, but it may be prepared with other smoked haddock. Sometimes ocean perch or salmon are used in this soup. Colin skink. Isn't that a horror? I don't like that word. I mean, just can I have some Colin skink? It just doesn't sound appetising to me. That my dad loves it though. My dad loves it. Colin skink. They ruined that dish with that name. Somebody's like, do you know what? It could be Gaelic for all I know. We should be able to talk Gaelic, but our schools didn't bother with us. I didn't know any Scotland history until I watched Braveheart, and then that was all rubbish. I don't think William Wallace and Robert the Bruce were about in the same time period. There's just a lot of stuff in that film was wrong. Ah, thank you, Ashley. That is so kind of you. I don't know where we're going to find lobster. Do you know farm foods does lobster, but I don't know if I trust it. I don't know if I trust lobster for farm foods. I got pork for farm foods one time and ate it, and I was ill. So I don't know about the lobster. Are you going, my lovely Angela? Thank you so much for coming in. I hope you have a lovely, lovely day. Clams, I've never had clams either. I've never had a clam. I've never had, what's the ones that Gordon Ramsay's always making? The wee round, the wee round things that they fry up. And Gordon Ramsay's always making them and shouting at people for making it wrong. Oh, God. They're white and they're like flat. Scallops, that's Efron, thank you. I've never had that either. See the stuff I've never had. I've never had that. People are talking. I'm going. No, I've not had that either. No, never had that. What have I had? What have I had? Mince and totties and stew and stuff like that. I've had all that, but I've not had them. And listen, see I've still never had avocado. I've never had an avocado. Couldn't tell you what an avocado tastes like. Still never had an avocado. When we were young, see if somebody would have showed us an avocado, we'd be like, wow. I didn't know what an avocado was until I was like 25. We didn't get exotic stuff. Pineapple, that's flexing. Pineapple. Do you know that's the thing? Actually, we should have a lot of like seafood running about us because we have got a lot of water. But do you know me and Sophie? I've always said, do you know what we could do in an absolute storm here? If there was a restaurant that did say the seafood boils. I love watching that. The seafood boils. There's just something about it. They just put something on a table and they slap it on, and there's like mushrooms, potatoes. Prawns. Sometimes they have crawfish, but I don't know about the sook that the sook. I don't know if I'd like to soak the back end of a crawfish or not. You know, I'd maybe try it, but I'm not sure. lobster, and I would love to. That looks, see when they do that with the lobster and the dip and that garlic butter. I'm like, I would love that because I love prawns. I love prawns and I love shrimp so much. So aye, but that's what we're going to do. Listen, it's going to be a laugh. Us bloody. Do you know? I think I'm going to need to get some kind of. I will. I'll need to get some kind of hat or something like that to wear when we go on alien hunt. I need to look the part. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to look at actual alien hunters and see what they wear. And I'm going to Google Map because I don't know where we're going to park or anything like that. You know, we'll just be driving about the streets. Bonnie Bridge, the place is called Bonnie Bridge if you want to look it up, and it's the capital, the UFO hotspot. It's like Area 51 in Scotland, that's it. Only I don't think they've got any bunkers with aliens in it, but I wouldn't be surprised if they said no, we've actually got some bunkers with aliens in it. I'd be like, I can totally believe that. So, hey guys, I'm going to go and get on with my wee cross stitching project, and hopefully today's a good day with Mum. Every day we just hope that she's calm. That's what we want her, just to be nice and calm. But I love you all so much. But I'm going to do my homework here and look and see where we're going to be, because it's getting darker at night, earlier at night. So that's good. It may be a nice clear night as well, because we want to be able to see what we're doing. With our telescope, imagine it. I was at the side of the road with a big telescope, zooming in. Thing is about telescopes, if you didn't know, see when you look at something, it's backwards, it's upside down. So when you look at the moon and you're looking at the top, that's actually the bottom. It's all reversed. A spiny lobster. I'd love a spiny lobster. I think it'd be great. So thank you again, Ashley. That was awful kind of you, and I love you also so much. And I shall be back tomorrow, hump day tomorrow. And I'll show you how I got on with my cross stitching. And I'm going to give you all a big kissy now, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, everyone.